Okay, we are back for Ennwyn versus the Skeletal Grunt. Now, I talked a lot about the combat system in the other, leading up to this, so might be pretty brisk with this. But basically heroes can dual wield when you declare one of their weapons in a phase of combat that's kind of locked into that phase of combat. If you watch, we're going to be seeing a lot of combat, so I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. We're dealing with an elite Skeletal Grunt here. So it's got a shield deflect special ability that can kind of knock, if we have a successful hit, there's a chance that this Skeletal Grunt can knock it out of the way. We can see it's versed in physical warfare. So I got the physical warfare dice. It's versed in mythical warfare. Got those dice. And of course, arcane warfare right there. It's versed in that. So we have our dice. So what we're going to do is, let's first going to put these in the dice cup. We have that. We're going to start up our Dungeon Crusade app, and we're going to select those warfare types for the upcoming battle here. Remember, you could use the tokens that came with the game, or we're going to have this app to download for free for you. So get some music going there. And again, Ed Farias, thank you. I worked with him on the development of this, and he just made everything work I gave to him. So thank you, Ed. All right, so let's start it up. Okay, so we're going to, just like I just showed you, we're going to pick those warfare types. So it was physical, arcane, and mythical. And that. So let's randomize these. Hopefully, physical comes up first. And it does. Look at that. Okay. Well, I already know we're going to attack in phase 1. Let's take a look over here and see what weapons that she has. But I know definitely we're going to attack in phase 1. And hopefully you can kind of see down here. Each weapon can do 1 damage to this monster. So she, of course, has the driftwood bow. Also, if you were watching, that there's mining and crafting in Dungeon Crusade. So in a prior turn, she crafted a jade prowess gem. And what that does is, see how there's like that little socket right here on her driftwood bow? Put this out of the way. She has that kind of plugged into that socket there. And that will give her a +2 to arcane warfare rolls. And she's going to need that because, again, if you watch the series, there's no superheroes in Dungeon Crusade. She's not proficient in arcane warfare, and she is going to have to -2 basically from the green dice, the arcane warfare dice. But she does have that jade prowess gem that gives her a +2. That kind of offsets it. So let's take our battle tokens and lock in. Phase 1 was, of course, physical warfare. So we're going to take that and we're going to simply place it on the footman's sword. And this right here has of course it can do 1 damage, but this is a common item, but you can tell by the white gem. So we can add +2 to these to the physical warfare dice, which are the red dice. And looking on her card, she's very proficient in physical warfare. That's a +2. So that's +4 she can add. So I would imagine she's going to do incredibly awesome in physical warfare. So we're going to go over there and move it up there in a second. Now, the next one is mythical warfare, and she is not very good at all. What's that, a -3. So she is not proficient at all with that. So what we're going to do is, I think we're going to have to defend in phase 2. So I got my defend, there's an attack side, defend. So we're just going to have to defend and hope for the best for that. Remember, once you declare a weapon, it's locked in. And then, of course, since she's dual wielding, we're going to attack in phase 3 with the driftwood bow. and she could add a plus, well, if we were in ranged warfare. So we're just going to try to do straight damage with that. We're going to take the phase 3 token and put it in that. But we're going to be using that in arcane warfare. So again, she's not proficient in it, but she does have that Jade Prowess gem. So she doesn't have to deduct 2 because that's going to add +2 to that. So let's go over here to the dice box and let's do what we just said in the app. So quite simply, we said we're going to attack in phase 1. We're going to defend in phase 2. And then we are going to attack in phase 3. It would be great to land a hit in phase 1 and 3 and hopefully defend, because then, you know, we can kill it. So let's roll the dice. And then I'll show you what we have to meet and exceed to land a hit. Okay. Wow. Oh. I thought she did good, but, well, she did kind of good with that. That's terrible. Ugh. Okay, so right there we can see lining up everything. Let's take a look at the monstrous card and see what we had to beat. And kind of like what I always think, picture like the hero, when you roll dice in these games, like they're kind of like swinging their weapon. You know, so if they did a monster hit, that they caught the monster off guard, if the terrible roll like this, they totally fumbled. So let's take a look at these warfare values here. We can see in physical warfare, that's 11 and a 1. The first value, of course, is what you have to meet or exceed. If you don't, you're going to take that damage listed, that last number. That was a monster hit right there. So we did put 1 damage on that skeletal grunt. So we're going to take a hit marker, and we will place that on its monster card. Looking in the mythical warfare, because remember we had to defend, that's 9 and 6, that's 15, right? But remember, she's not proficient in that, so we're going to have to -3 from that for a total of 12. So let's consult this monster's card again. And under mythical warfare, that's a 10. Okay, so that does exceed that, correct? That way she's not going to take a hit. She did successfully defend. Next, the last one, phase 3, was arcane warfare. Looking at that value, it is a 9. Well, of course, even, you know, that's all she scored. So she is going to take 1 damage. See how it's 1? So we're going to have to go over to her hero card, and we're going to minus 1 from that. Put it down. So that's not a big deal. However, that monster is going to attack her. If you watch the thing, you know, monsters have hit and run tactics. So I'm going to place its monster card back over here in the order. So we did, though, get 1 damage on that monster. So we'll go back over here, and that's going to end her turn, guys. But I hope you like seeing that battle. We're going to go a little more brisker next time with it, but I wanted to, you know, of course, show you what's going on. It's going to be interesting in the monster phase because we're going to see counterattack. We're definitely going to counterattack that monster because it's going to do hit and run tactics. It's going to attack her, and then it's going to try to escape if she doesn't slay it. So very cool turn coming up in the monster phase with that skeletal grunt. Guys, I'm loving playing this for you. I hope that you're learning more about the game. I hope you're excited for it. We are now going to look at Paloom, our rogue. Let's take a look at her.